My Aunt Cora was driven to a nursing home the year she turned 80, and she died in there. She died among strangers, not one soul around her who knew her name. I was around 52 when that happened, and I made up my mind that same day nobody was ever going to drag me off to die in a nursing home. Never. So I went looking. I went looking for a way to stay strong enough on my own 2 feet that no one would ever have the excuse to put me somewhere. And I found something valuable. 5 habits. You know, there was no internet then, you understand. I had to find it the hard way, trying and failing and trying again with my own body. Everybody seems to know these things now. I earned them. My name's Eleanor. Nell. Everybody calls me Nell. I'm 83 years old. I live alone, same house in Zanesville where I raised my children, and I still go up those stairs every night, without touching the rail. But you need to understand how Cora ended up that way. She didn't get sick. That's what haunts me. She fell, broke her hip in the garden at 78, and they put her in a nursing home. Just till she heals, they told us. Just till she heals. And then, week after week, I watched them help her. Kindly, mind you. A young girl would cut her meat. Somebody would wheel her to the dining room even though she could walk, because it was quicker. They'd turn her lamp off at night so she wouldn't have to reach for it. Every week, one more thing done for her. One more thing her body stopped doing for itself. And inside a year, this woman who drove herself everywhere couldn't get up out of a chair without 2 people lifting under her arms. Near the end, she grabbed my wrist. She still had grip, mind you. And she said, "They stopped letting me do anything." And then one day I couldn't. The nursing home didn't take her strength. The help did. I drove home from her funeral, and I found an old envelope in the kitchen drawer. And I wrote one line on the back of it, just one. I am not going to die in a place like that. That was all I had. No plan. The 5 habits came later, one at a time, over years. And earning them was harder than anybody tells you. The first thing was my legs, because a fall is what starts it. A fall is what started it for Cora. And standing up is the first thing to go. So I started getting up out of my chair, over and over, hands folded in my lap so I couldn't cheat and push off with my arms. And I'll be honest with you, the beginning was miserable. First few days, my legs shook like a newborn calf. I'd stand up and the room would tip and I'd grab for the counter. I felt weak, weaker than before I started some mornings. I remember thinking, maybe Cora had it right. Maybe this is what happens and there's no use fighting it. But I stayed with it. And those chair stands, you know what they give you? The strength to get up off the toilet, up out of bed, up off the floor after a fall. That's the strength that when it goes, sends you to a nursing home. Your legs are the only thing standing between you and that place, plain as that. Later, I found something better. Instead of the chair, I hold onto the kitchen counter, and I go down into a little squat, halfway, slow, and back up. Works more of the leg than the chair does, the whole thigh. And you decide how far down you go, so it stays safe. If your knees are halfway decent, start there. Hold the counter. Down as far as feels right. Back up. 10 of those beat any pill they ever handed me. Now the second thing, and this one, nobody told me this. This one near stopped me before I got started. I was doing the movement faithful as anything, and my body would not build. I'd exercise, and instead of getting stronger, I'd feel wrung out, shaky, tired to the bone, sore for 3 days from next to nothing. My arms looked thinner, not thicker. I thought I was doing it wrong. Then one morning it came to me, looking down at my own breakfast. Toast, tea, a biscuit. That was near enough my whole day. Toast in the morning, a sandwich at noon, cake with my tea at night. All of it bread, all of it carbs, as they say now. I was asking my muscles to rebuild and giving them nothing to build with. So I changed it. I cut the bread down hard. The sugar, too, the biscuits, the cake, all of it. And I put protein in its place, every meal. Eggs in the morning, chicken or a bit of fish at noon, beans, some cheese, a boiled egg instead of a cookie. And that was it. That was the thing that turned it. A few weeks and the shakiness went, the soreness quit dragging on for days. My legs started to hold me, because you can move all you want. If you don't feed the muscle, you're only wearing it down. Protein's the brick you build with. And we stop eating it, us older women. We live on toast and tea, and the muscle melts right off us, and we never notice. Muscle is everything. Muscle is the thing that stands you up. Third thing, I walk. Every day. But I'll tell you, go for a nice walk, it's good for you, is a promise you break by Tuesday. Cold morning, knees ache, you don't go. So I give the walk a job. I walk to the corner store for one thing. One. Eggs, milk, whatever I'm out of. I could buy it all at once and never leave the house, but then what are my legs for? And the walking? It keeps your balance. And balance is another one that goes quiet and lands people in a nursing home. It keeps your heart going, keeps your bones hard. They need the weight of you coming down on them. And my head's always lighter coming home than it was going out. A walk with a reason attached is the walk that gets done. Fourth, and this is the one I'd carve into the wall if I could. I do my own things, my own cooking, my own cleaning, my own money. I still balance my checkbook by hand, right there at the table. I still hem trousers for a couple of the neighbors, arthritis in these fingers and all. And when somebody says, "Nell, sit down, let me get that for you," I say no, not out of pride, because I saw what "let me get that for you" did to my aunt. One kindness at a time. Every task you keep is a muscle you keep. In your hands, in your balance, in your head. The checkbook keeps my figures quick. The needle keeps my fingers going. The cooking keeps me up on my feet, reaching, lifting. Give those jobs away and the body closes those rooms up, quiet, for good. Use it or lose it, that's not a saying off a poster. That's the thing I watched take my aunt down. And the fifth, one real conversation a day. Not the television going in the corner. Not a nod at the mailman. One honest back and forth with the living soul. This one I learned the hard way, after my husband passed. The house went quiet. And I'd catch myself 3 days, 4 days gone, and I hadn't said one word out loud to another person. And something starts to go dim in you. It does. The mind needs another mind, same as the legs need the stairs. So now I call somebody every day. Dolores mostly. She'll argue with me about the weather till one of us hangs up. It keeps the fog off, keeps me sharp. Being alone isn't only sad, it takes the years off you, same as that chair does. I keep a paper calendar on my kitchen wall, and every day I do all 5, I put an X on the day. I've got a streak going I won't break. Won't even tell you how long, you'd think I'd lost my mind. I'm 83. I climb my own stairs, no rail. Not because it's easy, some mornings it surely isn't. I do it because the day I stop is the day my legs start to forget. And I've seen where the forgetting leads. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. So don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the new year. Hold on to your counter this morning and go down into one slow little squat and come back up. Just the one. Start there. Anyway, that's everything I've got. If any of it reached you, tell me down below. Which one will you start with? I read them. I always do.